Hello, happy Friday. I hope everyone is having a good end of the work week and a great start to the weekend. So I'm just going to wait a minute here and give people the opportunity to get notified that I am live. Please come on to the chat and tell me hello. And if you're new, tell me where you're watching from. Hey, cuz. Hi, Gina. I know where you're watching from unless you're traveling. I'm sure it is much warmer where you are than where I am. It is chilly, but the day started off like super humid, like 93% humidity here this morning. It was a little drippy. Okay, so I have got a fun card to make today. Uh-oh. I'm sorry to hear that, Gina. That's no good. Okay, well, stay here. Hopefully this will cheer you up. Hopefully, stamping's always a good thing, I think. All right, so let me start off by showing you the main image that I'm using today. It is this super cute cup. I mean, there could be coffee in it. I'm saying that's what's in the one I'm doing today. It's called Cupcake Coffee Cup. And my friend here on YouTube, Anna White, designed this stamp. And you can find it at Whippersnapper Designs. It is a cling, well, I purchased it as a cling mount rubber stamp. And that is the size of the stamp, 1.9 by 2.9. And again, that is from Whippersnapper. And when you go there, look around because there are several different designs of these cups with different sleeves on them. But I thought this little cupcake one was super cute. So I am starting with that. And the paper that I'm going to be stamping this cup on is the Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth Premium White cardstock. It's really great for coloring with alcohol-based markers. So there you have it. That is what I am using. I use this paper kind of sparingly. I just try to only cut a piece to accommodate whatever I will be coloring and not like cutting it bigger to use as a layer or anything like that. And then I'm going to be coloring my image with my Stampin' Up! Stampin' Blends markers. So for Stampin' Up! Fans, I'm a fan because I am no longer a demonstrator, so I am a fan. Their new catalog starts pretty soon. The beginning of May. I don't know. I don't think it starts right on May 1st. I could be wrong about that. So I'm just using my little whiteboard eraser here to press down there, and I'm going to ink it up again. Rubber stamps do rock, and I've got plenty of them. All right. All right, I'm going to go with that. Call that good. And I am ready to do a little bit of coloring. I've got all my colors out here. So I am going to start with some Granny Apple Green. Oh, and speaking of Stampin' Up, their new in colors are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to use the light and dark Granny Apple Green. Yep, I'm going to have those. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here because I almost started coloring in the wrong spot. So I'm coloring the base of the coffee sleeve here with light Granny Apple Green. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the end colors, you know, they're like, okay, they're all right. But these ones this year, oh, my eye itches, you guys. They are gorgeous. So pretty. I'm really excited to, I'm going to be ordering them. I know I will order the blends for sure, and oh well, let's just face it, I'll probably order the ink pads and the cardstock. I have a fancy little coffee sleeve that my husband bought me from Starbucks oh gosh, years ago now, but it's shiny gold. It's really pretty. I don't get it out very much and use it though. I really should. But here lately, I've mostly been ordering iced coffee, so I don't really need it for that. What's your guys' favorite drink from a coffee shop? Mine is always decaf, whatever I get. So when I get my iced coffee, hi Marianne, hi Susan, I get a venti, and I order a white mocha, decaf, non-fat, extra ice. And when I order the hot version of that, it's the same, decaf, non-fat, extra hot. So it's either extra hot or extra ice. So I'm just putting a little bit of shadow down the side. Like I say, every time I color, I am no expert at coloring. I try to watch what other people do and learn from what they do as best as I can, but my goal is to just have fun with it, not to be like perfect, if you know what I mean. I want to do it, make it look okay, and for it to be fun, but not be like stressing over it, having to make anything perfect. That's just me. There are some people who they do such beautiful coloring, especially like if they're coloring something that's a person, you know, I mean a stamp that is a person or a kid or whatever, or an animal. And the hair, that is what always amazes me, is how they can do the hair and it turns out so gorgeous. It's like I just am in awe of people that can do that. And I know it takes a lot of practice, but like I said, I'm in it for the fun. Okay, so there is that. That is that little part. And then I decided to go with the strawberry theme for my card since this has a strawberry on the top. And I've got some super adorable strawberry paper that I got through Stampin' Up! That was like during a celebration thing. So, yeah, so I decided to do that. Okay, so for my reds here, I've got the light and dark real red, and then I have the dark cherry cobbler. And I'm going to do the dots here on this sleeve with the dark cherry cobbler. I'm just reading Gina's comment there. She's moving, so she's having to go do some moving stuff, and she says at any coffee store she'll be drinking tea. And I have to say, that is mostly what I drink too, but I do usually get some sort of coffee at the coffee shops. Always decaf though. But at home, I mostly drink tea. Okay, so I am doing light real red here to fill in the rest of the little whatever those things are there. Okay, what do I want to color next? I think I will color the cupcake part. So for that, I've decided to make it a vanilla cupcake. So I am using this light pineapple punch that was a past color from Stampin' Up. And the only thing that I have in that color are my blends. I think that when I was being a demonstrator, that was one of the colors that was going out right after I started. But it's a really nice yellow, and so I was getting all the blends, so I got the blends in that yellow. Okay, I'm just filling in a little bit here with some ivory around the edges of the cupcake, trying to make it look like, you know, it's out of the oven there. Got a little browned on the edges. And then this is color SU400. So Stampin' Up! Came out with all these skin tone like type colors. And instead of giving them names, they gave them numbers. And I just really like their markers, their blends. And so when they came out with these, I decided I needed them. I just am trying to keep my inventory of their blends current, so that I have whatever colors they have available. All right, so there is the cake part. Okay, what do I want to do next? Oh, I think I'll do the little heart. So, hi Billy. Okay, let me look at these comments here for a second. I know, Marianne, the shading, I just do it. I don't know. My understanding is you're supposed to decide where the light source is coming from and gauge your shading there. So I just am figuring the light source is coming straight on, and that's working easiest for me. Of course, it's not always like that, but okay, for the little heart, I'm using the light and dark Flirty Flamingo. I just think this is a really pretty pink. Oh, the heater just came on in my stamp room, and I know you guys have probably heard me talk about Todd before. He's our little boy Chihuahua, and he loves to stand in front of my heater in here when the heat comes on, and it just came on and he came tearing in here to stand in front of it. He's a short-haired Chihuahua, so he gets cold pretty easy as compared to our little female. She's got long hair, so I always say she wears her fur coat all the time. But Todd, he gets cold. All right, there's that. So I think I'm done with those colors. All right, so let's see, what do I want to do next? I'm going to take a little bit of light pool party, and I am just going to go around the frosting or whipped cream or whatever it is. I prefer frosting on my cakes, not whipped cream, except for strawberry shortcake, which I'm going to be making later. That always is whipped cream. Okay, so I know that's really hard to see, but I just like to do a little bit of this color shading on white things. All right, let's do the strawberry. Okay, so I'm gonna start with light real red. Okay, so in my kitchen I have a strawberry theme, so I tend to love strawberry things. Okay, so there is that. I'm going to take some dark cherry cobbler and go around the outside. And some dark real red, a little bit in the middle. And then I'm going to come back with the light real red and just do like that. Okay, there is that part done. Let's do the green part. So I'm using light and dark shaded spruce. I have this little tool that I got from Pampered Chef that plucks that green part right out of the strawberry, and it makes such fast work of that. And it's just got like this, it's like it looks like a little spoon kind of, and it has a serrated edge all the way around the outside of it, and you just do that and scoop that green right on out of there. And then I take my egg slicer that I got from Pampered Chef, and I plop my strawberry in there and slice my strawberries. That's how I do them, and it works really fast. Of course, I rinse them. I wash them off after I take the green part off. Okay, so there is that. And now I am going to do the cupcake paper. So I have got light Night of Navy and dark balmy blue. And that is what I'm going to color. The cupcake liner or paper or whatever you want to call it with. I only have 2 sessions left of my physical therapy that I've been doing for my knees. And it takes me, so I go Mondays and Thursdays. It takes me, and I go in the morning, so it takes me the rest of that day and pretty much all of the next day basically to recover from what I did at physical therapy. It is like, it kicks my booty. Such a wuss. But man, he tried to add an extra 5 pounds onto what I push on the weight machine, which is only 60 pounds is what I push with 1 foot at a time up. So yeah, whatever. I couldn't do the 65, so he had to take it back down to 60. All right, I'm just going to come in and say that these are little dots here. You can leave them uncolored so that it looks like they're punched out holes and you can see the cake through, but I'm just going to say they're little dots. Okay. So there is all that. Now I'm going to come in with the dark pool party. I used the light pool party on the frosting. I'm going to come in with the dark pool party, and I am just going to basically outline all the white parts of the rest of this cup. This color's a good color, like on snow too. And the lighter version of it, if you like to, like if you're stamping a scene or whatever with animals or people and you like to give that shadow around, the light pool party is a good color to use for that. Just kind of stands them up off the paper a little bit. Okay, I'm not being too fussy with this. Kind of gives it a watercolory sort of appearance. And then I'm just going to go around the edges of that a little bit with my colorless blender. It's not going to do a whole lot other than blend it just a little bit. I don't know what I got on the paper right there, but oh well. Uh-oh, it's going to make it red. Somehow there must have been a little bit of ink. I don't know whether to try messing with that or not. See if I can take it off. If not, I can go back over it with my white gel pen. Okay, I'm going to let that set and see if that takes most of that away. Kind of looks like it might. And then it should dry. So there is my little cup, and I'm just going to fussy cut this out real quick. So they're Stampin' Up! Markers, Billy. So if you have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can just order through that person, or if you need the name of somebody, I'm happy to give you the name and information of my friend who I order from. but I love these markers. I've got Copic markers, I've got Spectrum Noir markers, but I reach for these, and it's because they come in packs of the light and dark color. You get both packs. They're, I think they're like $9 or something like that. They're under $10 for the 2 markers. So they're, you know, they're less expensive than buying Copics. You can't refill them, but you can rebuy them. But I love the tips on them because they've got a nice brush tip on the one end and then the bullet tip on the other. So I love the tips. And they're easy to hold on to. They blend nicely together. So yeah, I like them. All right, so there is that part. Let me bring in the other parts and pieces. And I went ahead and did my die cutting, you guys. So let me show you what I used. So oh, the papers, let me show you these. So unfortunately, these are not this paper pack isn't one that you can go buy. It was one that you could earn during Celebration when Stampin' Up! Had that last year, actually. So, so I just had that in my stash, but I know there's other, you know, strawberry themed things out there that you can find. So I cut an oval. All the papers were from that paper pack. The layering ovals from Stampin' Up! And these are retired, but I'm sure you can find them out there. I love these because it's got the straight edge and the scalloped edge. So I used that. I've got a little strip of white here. Now this one I cut out using the Scalloped Contours dies from Stampin' Up! I love this set. It goes along with a stamp set that's in their catalog that cuts out some flowers there. But then all of these are just like, you know, wonderful scalloped dies that you can use for anything, and I just love them. So my big piece that I cut here, I used the biggest die from that set, and then this one I used this one. And what's fun about this set is that all except for the biggest one, they have some sort of little stitching, or like the smallest one has eyelet. So yeah, this is a great set. And then for the inside, this is something that I saw Gigi for Agape for Gigi here on YouTube. She uses this die a lot, and so I really liked it. It's got those little stitch marks like embroidery, and it is this set right here from Penny Black. And it says Creative Dies. I don't know. Oh, Stitched Stackers. There is the information. And that is how many dies you get. And there is that little straight edge one. And I believe I ordered mine on Amazon. So there is that. Okay, Billy, I will... How do I send you the information? I will just comment. I will, I know, when I upload my video in the little description box, I will put the link to, her name is Jo Rao, is my Stampin' Up! Gal, and I will put the link to her shopping site there, okay? All right, so this is for the inside, and I'm just going to go ahead and pop it on in there because I'm going to leave this blank for the time being because I don't know how I want to use this card exactly. I may send it as Happy Mail or you know, whatever, just to tell somebody hello. I could make it into a birthday card or a thinking of you or get well. So there is that for the inside. And then I just love this paper. So yeah, I have a lot of strawberry stuff in my kitchen. This piece of paper has this strawberries and blueberries and raspberries. It has them all. Blackberries. I am a summer fruit type of person. But I'll tell you, we went to Costco Wednesday, and they had huge bags of those little mandarin oranges. Oh my gosh, they're so good. I'm not a really big fan of big oranges, but I love those little ones. Okay, I have this washi from my stash. And it's just this pretty, it's almost like, it feels like fabric, and maybe it is. Maybe it's ribbon. I couldn't tell you for sure, but it sure feels like fabric to the touch. And no, I have no idea where I got this. So I'm not very helpful with that. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's no name on the inside of it or anything. I do not know. It sticks well. I think I cut it just a little bit too long for what I want to do here. I was going to see if it tears. It doesn't tear real easy either. I don't know. Okay, so I am just going to flag the ends. So, have any of you been watching the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing? I don't know why I have gotten so into watching that. It's like, oh my word, if you've been watching it, could you imagine living that kind of life? I mean, I wouldn't want to. I can't imagine. But it's just interesting. I mean, it's just interesting to watch. And her attorneys are so like sarcastic kind of, or I don't know. They drive me nuts. It's like the woman attorney especially, she will, because they're trying to determine, you know, if he was physically abusive to her or whatever, and or that's her claim. And so they're constantly trying to determine if she was using makeup to hide her injuries. And so they will ask these people, you know, did you see makeup on her face or whatever? And most of the people that they have asked are men. And it's like, men don't pay a whole lot of attention to that kind of stuff anyway, but they'll be like, no, I didn't see makeup. And then she'll go on from there and be like, after they answered no, couldn't tell if she had makeup on or whatever. Well, did she have on foundation? Did she have on powder? Did she have on blush? A lot of men, I don't think, are even going to know what those things are. But it's like, they answered no to the makeup, and so then she's going one by one of all these other, you know, of all these different kinds of makeup. And it's like, oh my word. But yeah, that's Marianne. So I was thinking I missed the part where she has been up there talking, but no, that's coming up. So I'm glad that I didn't miss it. I don't even know. It's like I just heard something about it and I thought, let me go look at this and see, you know, what's going on. And then I just, it's like, oh my word, I just put it on TV and let it go. And I have to admit, some of the testimony from some of those people at the end of this week was pretty boring, so I didn't pay a whole lot of attention. But and some of it was pretty darn humorous. Some of the witnesses, there was this one guy who was like vaping and driving in his car, and he basically told him at the beginning that, you know, he's over this. He didn't even want to be a witness or testify. And oh yeah, that was pretty funny. So I guess it's just been entertaining to me, but it's really sad at the same time that people can live that sort of life, I guess. Okay, so I've been busy talking and not saying anything much here, but I just layered that washi tape and then put these layers, offsetting them on the top, and I put them all down flat. And so now I have a piece of white here, and it kind of looks like I didn't get it very evenly cut. Oh, sorry about my phone ringing. But that's okay because most of it is going to go behind the cup. So I'm going to grab my Real Red. Oh, good, Marianne. I'm glad I'm not the only one that has been liking watching it. And then I'm also going to grab, is this the color I want? Yeah, Pacific Point, because that is that blue color that I used there. And I didn't mention that that was Stampin' Up! Cardstock. So that is Stampin' Up! Cardstock in the color Pacific Point. And then that blue was one of the colors in the patterned paper. Okay, let me show you what I'm using here. So for my words, I am using this Nothing's Better Than, and I believe this stamp set is carrying over into their next catalog. So I have the stamp set, and then there's coordinating dies that go along with it. I always love when there's coordinating dies. But so you can make up all different kinds of sayings using these themes: coffee, cookies, cocktails, and chocolate. And so this is a clear photopolymer stamp set, and then the matching dies. So I am using, I'm going to have it say coffee kind of day here. And I like that it's clear so I can see where I'm stamping, because I want this over to the edge and down to the bottom of this strip. There we go. Okay, and then with the Real Red, I'm going to stamp, you know what, I want to clean that off real quick. I'm going to stamp the word coffee in Real Red. And I am going to do like that. I'm getting ink all over me. Coffee kind of day. Now I have blue fingernails. Okay. All right, so I am just going to do this and turn it and do that again over there. And that looks like it's gonna fit. Okay, I'm seeing that my red didn't fade there, so does that make you mad when you get little bits of stuff? I guess I could just not worry about it, but I think what I'm gonna do, I think this one's white. Some of these are clear. Ah, that's white. I'm just gonna dab it and try to minimize that a little bit. Okay. All right, so let me see here. I want to put this on here. All right. So I'm just going to get a little bit of liquid glue, and because I have these layers here, I don't want to put my glue all the way to the ends, because then if you do that and you're going over layers, you're going to see that those bumps of paper underneath, which I don't like that look too much. So I'm just going to kind of put my glue in the middle of my piece there and not go to the ends. And I'm just going to set my card straight so I can okay, and then I'm going to pop this up, and I just need to, I'm just to the border pieces here of my dimensionals, and I like to use them. There's a couple whole ones. I mean, there's no point in wasting all this goodness. And let's just get a chunk for in the middle. There we go. All right, and then I have the holiday rhinestones from Stampin' Up. Obviously, I have a lot of Stampin' Up because I used to sell it. So I have a lot of other stuff too, but today was a lot of Stampin' Up stuff. All right, so I love these blue. They match this perfectly. And I am just going to pop them into the centers where I want there in kind of a triangle shape, because that is pleasing to the eye when you do that, and in odd numbers. So, and I'm just popping them into the centers of some of those little diamond shapes there. So there is that. And that is my card for today. Let me bring the other one out. There it is. It's the same. Cute. So then the inside can, oh, I didn't do the green. Oh, well, it's on there now. I went around the edges with green. I got carried away and excited and forgot. I always forget something. That's all right. It's okay. So one has green and one doesn't. Yep. It still works. Whoever gets this one is not going to know that it was supposed to have green around the edges. Oh, thanks so much, you guys. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for chatting. I will put the link to Joe's Stampin' Up! Channel in the description box when I get this video uploaded. And if you don't have a demonstrator, you can certainly shop with her. I know she'll appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. If you take part in Saturday morning makes, I will be watching for your video or your uploads to Instagram, and hopefully I can get something accomplished so that I can take part in it this weekend too. That's my plan. Okay, have a great weekend, you guys. I will see you next time. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.